And we're back. Hopefully you have stretched your appendages and gotten some delicious snacks for the rest of our buddy adventure with Ron and Valken. Hopefully you all are enjoying it. But where we left off, you all were about to follow your new friend Borin, or also known as Boring to Thrawn and Brad. This is getting confusing. So you head off over to the Fool's Dagger, where your journey seemingly began, and you see the your friend Borin walk up to one of the barkeeps and just whisper something to him, and he sort of looks and like opens a door into the back room behind the bar, and he sort of motions you to follow.
Yeah, we'll follow.
All right. He sort of leads you back through a couple of narrow hallways, and you see just sort of a nondescript just door in a dimly lit hallway. And you see two people sort of at the door, not trying to like not let people in, like guarding the door essentially. One's just a big burly human, and there is also a female half-orc there at the door. And then the half-orc says, "Who are these people?" And he sort of looks back at you all, and he's like, and Borin says, "Just got a couple goals here to see the Dimba Damba, looking to get a Junkerman, make some pony, you know." And she goes, "All right." It opens the door.
Ron leans in and whispers to Valken, like, "Ron did not understand a single word he said."
Me neither. Just roll with it, keep following.
And to you all, it's seemingly nonsense what he said, but obviously meant something to her. So he leads you down a set of old rickety with wooden stairs, and the further you get down, you see sort of the light get sort of brighter and brighter, and you kind of go into almost like what you'd think like a speakeasy, like a bar within a bar underneath here. It's much nicer than what it is upstairs. Much nicer.
Wow.
I agree. Wow.
Yeah, it's very nice hardwood. It's very well lit here. You've got several people, some sort of finely dressed, a couple others just sort of keeping guard. As you walk down to the right, there's a fully stocked bar with pretty much whatever you could want. There's some sort of tables, like bench table styles on each of the ends, and in the middle there's sort of a large table, and you can see that there's 4 people just sort of playing cards. And right now they're not paying any attention to you.
9 o'clock, is it just us and those people playing in total, or are there more people hanging out in corners? Or?
There's about like 6 or so people, counting the bartender in here. So pretty exclusive, maybe a little more at the tables, just talking and drinking.
Rough looking types, or are they more, I guess, clean cut, as in they have some money?
There's some people at the table that look pretty clean cut, look much nicer, more finely dressed, and there's a couple of others that are look like riffraff, sort of a mixture here.
Okay.
Well, Borin, this is Valshun.
And he points to a tiefling at the table with sort of a dark red skin tone, sort of graying and balding, but wearing very fine clothes. He goes, "That's Valshun, and I would not interrupt his game if I were you. So we're gonna relax, we're gonna have a couple drinks and wait for him to finish. It shouldn't be too much longer."
Well, very well.
Sounds good to me.
All right. and you pass another guard at the bottom of the stairs, and he sort of finds a table there in the corner as you kind of go around, and he sits with his back to the wall. He says, all right, have a seat. I'll bring his drinks here in a minute.
All right, sit down.
All right. And you just like a few minutes later, they bring you all some ale. You're just sort of sipping it and just sort of looking around and waiting.
What are they playing? Dragon's Ante?
Yeah, Three Dragons Ante.
You're familiar with that, Ron?
Oh, Ron's played a few times, yeah.
Okay. I didn't know you were into cards.
Ron's not, Ron is, Ron Gamble.
Good, good. You know I carry around a deck of cards with me, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Why
Never comes
have
up,
we,
though.
why we never played?
Never comes out.
Oh.
But now you know.
So busy, banditing.
That's right. Not enough hours in the day.
And you sort of, there's people just kind of looking at you and just sort of like haven't seen them before, but people at the center table look absolutely just engrossed in their game. And a moment goes by and you just see someone stand up and just say, shit! Ugh! And just walks over the bar and gets like, ale! And you see the tiefling just say, so sorry that you lost your gold. Better luck next time.
Did not end well for that guy.
And you wait as sort of time goes by. Another person was sort of finely dressed, clothing with sort of dark hair and some glasses. She's like, ah, damn it! Does the same thing. Sits with the other one who had lost. So now it's just two of them. It's looking really kind of intense, and you can see that sort of Valshun's stack of gold is much higher than the person's across from him. And you can just kind of overhear their conversation. You could just quit. Save us all a little time. Have enough time for drinks. And the other one looks nervous and just says, all right, all in. And you see Valshun sort of dealing the cards, throws it over. You sure about that? A few moments go by. As they get sort of tense, Valshun says, all right. Flips over the last card. Then you see the last guy go, son of a, and just sort of like slams his hand on the table. And as you see, as he slams his hand on the table and sort of gold starts shaking everywhere, in just a split second, Valshun points a pistol, goes, no splashing the pot. And puts it back into his holster and rakes all the gold in and puts it into a satchel as he sort of goes to the bar for a drink. And Boren looks at you all. He's like, oh God, I can't believe we're doing this. You just want me to introduce you to him? Like, is that what we're doing?
Yeah, you said you had to report, yes?
Yeah, oh, God damn it. All right.
Just say, we helped out.
Do me a favor, go, one of you, whoever, go to the bar, get wine, say it's for Valshun, all right?
Okay.
All right.
Ron will get up, order wine for Valshun.
Okay.
Wine for Valshun.
The barkeeper just kind of looks at you and looks over at Valshun, who's just kind of counting his coin, and then looks over to Boren and just kind of nods. He goes to the back room, disappears out of view for a moment. And you wait, and he comes back with a very fine looking bottle. Pours it into a nice wine glass and hands it over to you. And Borin, over with Valken, walks over to Valshun. He's like, Valshun, pardon me. He goes, oh, Borin, have you done what I've asked you to? He goes, right, mostly. Yeah. And he goes, well, can't explain the incident in the middle of the street, Borin? He just stares daggers through him. Well, we just ran into a couple of problems, but nothing that we could handle. And how do you expect us to do business here if we keep running into problems? Borin? Where's Minmari? God house. Interesting. Well, and who is your friend? And he looks over the bar. Pardon me, friends. Just a couple goals. Want to get the Juckram and make some pony. He goes, stop with that shit. Speak plainly to me. I don't like that in here. Just a couple of new guys that just want to earn their keep and make some money. There. What's your name?
You can call me Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
And you, large one?
Braun.
Braun. Please have a seat.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ron hands over the wine.
Mm-hmm. See, now that's how you make an impression, Borin. Right, yep. That's right. And he looks at both of you. So tell me, what do you want? What can Valshun do for you?
Well, thanks to our new friend Boring here, we happened to see that there was some interesting business going on in town. I mean, you couldn't miss it earlier.
Really? What sort of interesting business are you referring to?
I mean, it happened right out in the open, didn't it? It was hard to miss all the stuff that went down on the street today. And,
Such as?
to an eye like mine, a little bit of protection racket, I'd say.
Of course, it's one of our primary sources of income. What other?
Classic.
Dependable, as I would say.
I would agree. Very much so. But I think you would agree with me in saying that, those doing the job should probably do it a little bit more discreetly. But, things happen. I wouldn't put too much blame on Boren here. A couple of upstarts kind of causing problems.
Indeed. So what is it that you want, Brad? Why are you here?
We are new in town, isn't that right, Braun?
No, that's correct.
Right. We've heard a fair deal about this little place with a lot of potential opportunity for those.
Where exactly did you hear so much about this place?
Various circles. I think you
Various
understand if I would like
circles.
to keep our
Like,
information a little secret.
Boren is part of your various circles.
Newly met.
I see, and he told you all about this place, brought you here.
Well, under our insistence, yes.
I see. And just in the blink of an eye, Valshun pulls his pistol and just shoots
Oh,
Boren. Boren just sort of slumps out of his chair and is on the floor of the bar. Someone clean this up.
Ron is trying so hard to keep his composure.
It's very quick.
Yeah, I just shoot a glance at Ron.
Ron does like a little slight nod.
Now that all the bullshit is aired out, what is it that you want and why are you here bothering me? You obviously went great lengths to get Boren here to let you in.
It wasn't too difficult, to be honest, but
A problem that I have corrected.
very definitely. Listen, Ron and I are very skilled in combat and other facets, and it's no secret that the collective runs things in this town, and we've been eager to work for some more reliable people.
Make a deception check against his insight.
Whew. Do you have inspiration?
I do, actually. Yeah, I think I could use inspiration on this one because my deception is a 0. So I didn't roll yet, but that's my.
All right.
Okay. 13.
A 22 total.
We.
Me and you are not
Well.
the best at this, I don't think.
Well, it seems that you're in the know in so many circles. It just confuses me why you would come into my tavern and lie to me, to my face, in front of all my people here. It's a very strange thing for you to do, Brad. So, what is it that you want? Why are you really here? And if you don't tell me, I swear I will paint the floor with your blood.
That would not smell nice.
No, it would not.
I rather like my blood inside my body.
As we all do.
Okay, well, I look at Ron. We know a few things about some missing persons that we have an interest in because it could make us money to have them back.
I'm sorry, I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
I will. Insight. Okay, it's not very good. 8.
He's very hard to read in that he's very much in the whole subterfuge game here, that you're not sure what he's telling you is true versus not true or somewhere in between.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Indeed. I have
No.
other matters to attend to as well, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Keeping me from a very important appointment.
Well, seeing that Boren has told us you were recruiting once, looks like you have some openings now.
There are no jobs currently. We are all very much focused on the task at hand. So, we are not recruiting. We do not have any openings. So if you're here for work, you may as well fuck off.
Well,
Wow. How many
Thank you.
people were in here again?
Alive now?
I know what you're thinking.
Maybe there's some people that are sort of like at the tables just kind of like nervous, but people that look like they're paying attention, maybe 5 or so.
I should say, how many was I able to clock how many in here look like they could potentially be a problem in a combat scenario?
Let's see. So when you walked in, if you could clock that, your passive insight be a 15, a half dozen or so.
I give one more quick glance around the room. Are they all carrying? Are the people that look the roughest, are they all wielding firearms?
Make an insight roll since you are looking specifically for this, or a perception. I think insight would be make more. Either way, your choice.
Yeah, either one is fine. We'll go with insight.
Yeah,
That should be 21 total.
Yeah, so as you're sort of looking around here and you sort of notice like one of the people at the bar that was in the game, you know, you can see they're sort of like has their arm over their side, almost like they're trying to conceal something. You can see one person there in the back, just sort of casually like kind of leaning over, but you can see that they're slowly reaching their hand inside of their coat. You know that with Valshun you can't clock, but you've seen what he can do already. And you see the barkeep is sort of just kind of pushed away from the bar a bit, sort of standing back towards the back wall and just sort of seeing what's going to happen.
Well, Ron, what do you think?
Well, we should thank Valshun for the drink.
It's quite the place you have here. Well,
It is.
much appreciated for allowing us an opportunity to hang out.
You're very welcome.
Robert, we leaving then, Bron?
Yes. Right after Ron just flips the table.
Okay. Roll initiative, y'all.
Yes. Okay.
Table flip. You look crazy.
Let's try to read what Brad wanted to do.
Well, yeah. I saw only two options. One was exactly what you did. The other one was leaving.
What is my? Oh, it's just +0. 12.
1 second, I gotta
Gotcha.
make sure that I'm. What am I doing here?
I don't know.
You are understanding how powerful Braun and Brad are and surrendering to us.
Okay. I was missing somebody in the initiative, and I was like, where did they go? But now I know. So. Yay, dice.
Lots of dice.
Okay, now that I've squared away and know how to play D&D again, Ronnie with 12.
Yes.
Falcon.
I got that 8.
And 8. All right. Now we'll pull you all in to our map this evening.
Oh, nice.
Hopefully you are all
Ooh.
able to see here. So,
Uh-huh.
up first is going to be this thug right here who was watching the doorway, and he quickly pulls a pistol sort of out of his cloak and then points it at you, Falcon, and then fires a shot, which is gonna miss you.
Okay.
So he quick draws and then fires, but you're able to just sort of anticipate it and just move out of the way. And then he takes a mace out of the other side and then runs up to try and hit you with it. And he misses again. Ooh wee. And he's worthless. This one, who you saw earlier kind of have this pistol at his side and was trying his best to conceal it, is gonna just fire a shot at you, Ron. Ooh, that might actually do it.
Oh no.
And that is going to be 21.
That's on the button. Yep.
You take 6 damage. And then he's going to run up here and then try and stab you with a short sword as well, which he rolls a natural 1 and does not stab you.
Yeah.
Balshun, as you sort of flip the table over, he sort of rolls out of the way to avoid this sort of encounter here, the table falling on him. And he quickly pulls his gun, takes 1 shot at you, Ron. Another natural 1. Takes another shot at you, Ron, which is an 11. And then takes a shot at Falcon. That is a 20.
Can I use the...
You sure can use your reaction, so I'll roll the damage real quick, and then you can make your roll for that. So he's looking at doing 9 damage to you, which I think you can't fail.
Okay. I still need to...
I didn't know he had a...
Still need to roll.
What's it called? Right? For some reason, I thought they were like a blunderbuss or pistols or just like 1 shot. This guy's got like a revolver.
So you've noticed that much like the others, they would shoot once and then switch to weapon, but he's able to take 1, shoot it. He had dropped 1, pulled another one, shot it, dropped it, and then pulled another and then shot at you. So he doesn't have a revolver. He just has basically a brace of pistols of various sizes on him.
With that roll, I did 15.
He reveals his trench coat and there's like 20 guns on him.
Would you like to catch, or would you like to bat it away?
If I catch it, I can like technically throw it back, right?
Yeah.
As I don't know if that's a part of the reaction or not.
Mm-hmm.
I have to spend 1 key point to do that.
You do.
No, I will just we'll just swat it away.
Okay.
And I'll just go whoosh, and then say, somebody else already tried that today.
All right. Ron, you can see that there are several people, like, they just left. They're running up the stairway and just like trying to get the hell out of here. What do you do?
Ron is going to cast where's that? Aura of Vitality.
Ooh.
So it's a 30-foot radius around me. It lasts for a minute. And as a bonus action, I can cause 1 creature within my aura, including myself, to regain 2d6 hit points. That'll be my action.
Nice. And that's your bonus action. You can do that. So that's pretty much just most of the tavern here. So we can kind of keep that just in our minds here. I can just do
get rid of that little big old circle.
That's not what I wanted, but there you go. Okay. And that's your turn?
Yep.
Alrighty.
I'll stand where I am. Actually, I'll stay there.
Gotcha. Okay. This person here in the corner, the woman who had lost the game, She sort of stands up and sort of assesses the situation here, and she is going to cast hold person on Ron.
Oh,
So go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Come on.
all right. That would be a 23.
Oh yeah.
4.
So you pass it. You see her stand up and sort of pull an arcane focus and start incanting, and then motions towards you, and you feel your body just start to tense up, and then you just push out of it and shake it off. So you are not paralyzed currently.
Whew.
Gonna be a problem.
And
Yep.
she's going to move here. Falcon.
Hey, my turn. All right. Well, seeing as there's a guy harassing me right now, I'm gonna throw some attacks his way.
Okay.
It's 11 to hit that.
An 11 hits that one, yes.
Okay. That's fine with me. Right. Let's see. Damage. Damage on that is 8.
8 damage, okay.
Right, take another swing at him. And that's 17 plus 9.
Yep.
Damage on that. Not as good. 6.
Okay.
And I think I'm gonna use a key point on that hit to
Okay.
attempt a stunning strike.
Go for it. He gets a 13, which I think fails.
Let me look here. Wow. The DC 13.
So he succeeded. He barely made it.
Yeah. And I think I got bonus stuff, right?
Yeah, bonus action still.
All right. I'll do another key point for flurry of blows.
Go for it.
Why not? 15 plus something.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Damage on that is 9.
Okay. Looking pretty rough.
And the next one is 14 plus 8.
That hits.
Damage on that is also 9.
All right, so are you looking to kill this person or to knock them out?
This guy, I give 0 shits about.
All right.
Falcon just
He
slashes him up.
falls to the ground dead as you slash, and you hear a voice inside your mind say, "Good, destroy this filth."
You got it, my friend.
This one pulls out a very long musket from behind the bar and is going to take a shot at Ron and misses, and then one Falcon and hits, and he is going to do a 16 damage. So you have your
Wow-wee.
reaction back now, since it was just your turn, so you can try and bat this bullet away too if you'd like.
Oh yeah, if I got my reaction back, I'm gonna try to do that.
Yep. Roll your d20 or your d whatever. I don't know what your power is.
I think D10.
Yeah, roll your d10 and add 13.
Okay. That is 6 plus 13.
Okay. So you negate all the damage and you just bat this bullet away.
I could do this all day.
All right. This one over here is going to try and take a shot at Ron with a pistol. And that is a 17, which I believe misses you.
Correct.
He's going to come and try and run up and stab you there. Another 17 misses you.
Nice.
And this one, one moment. Is gonna take a shot at you. You see that he drops his short sword and reloads the pistol. And you notice that, well, not as good as Valshun, they seem to know their way around firearms. So you would expect them to have some trouble trying to shoot at you at point blank range, but they don't. He gets a 23 on this one.
Oh, okay.
That is 10 damage from the pistol there. Over to Valshun, and he is going to take a shot at Valken. A 21 to hit.
Yeah.
And you take 9 damage.
Okay.
Dropping pistols and then pulling them out. It's pretty insane how many this guy has. The next one is a 16 to hit, which I believe misses you.
16?
Yeah.
No, that hits.
Okay, 16 then.
My armor class is 15.
I overestimated your AC.
I know,
this
it
one
sucks.
is 8 piercing damage.
I don't know how to
And-
make it better.
Do what?
I don't know how to make my armor class better.
Dex and Wisdom. Third shot at you, Valken, is a 22.
Jeez.
So he gets off all 3 as I throw my D8 across the room. Let me re-roll that. Floors don't count. It was a 6 anyway, so you probably didn't want it. Okay, so it's a 7. You take 11 piercing damage. So he just fires off shots at you.
It's like, how many of those damn things do you have?
And he just looks at you. He goes, "Having a little trouble catching these, are you?"
Keep talking.
Backs up here. Ron,
Hello.
you got some
Ron's-
friends.
Ron's gonna say hello with his mace straight to the face.
All right, which one?
The top guy up here.
Go for it.
Move my sheet on another tab. There you go. It's a 25 hit.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna smack this guy. I'm gonna smite for fun.
Yeah, just for fun.
Yeah. Let's see, 8, 12, 17, 21 damage.
Ooh wee.
Nice.
Beat the devil out of him. He's looking pretty damn rough at this point.
And I'll smack him
Go for it.
for the second hit. That's even higher. And 7 damage.
All right. You looking to kill this one or
I'll knock him out.
knocking him out? He goes to sleep.
And then on my bonus action, I'm gonna use my aura to heal Valkan for 8 hit points.
8 hit points?
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey. Good.
And that is all.
Okay. Over to the arcanist here. She's gonna step out of cover to sort of see you, Ron, and sees you doing a little bit of magic fun times. And she is going to cast Magic Missile on you at 2nd level.
Ah.
You take 16 total damage. You need to make
Okay.
a concentration check.
Because I have Aura of Warding, I'm resistant to damage from spells.
Okay.
So I take 8.
Nice.
And my concentration is 17.
You maintain your concentration on your spell. Very nice. And she jumps back behind.
That one's gonna be a problem, Brad.
Falcon.
Yeah, everyone here is a problem. I
He's
quickly give a sharp glance at Valshin and I'm gonna be like, I'll be with you in 1 minute. And then I'm going to rush the guy behind the bar. I'm gonna like leap over the bar at him and land out there. And I'm
Perfect.
gonna throw some strikes at him.
at him.
Because
Okay.
I feel like his big boomstick's the problem.
Go for it.
That's 16 to hit him.
16 hits.
Okay. Damage. 6.
6
On that.
damage. Okay.
Second attack is dirty 20.
It hits.
Okay. Come on, big damage. Damn it. 6 again.
Okay.
I'm gonna use then another key point for flurry of blows.
Okay.
16 to hit.
16 hits.
Okay. Come on, damage. 8 damage on that.
Okay.
Second hit is a natural 1 on that one.
Oh no. That was a miss. So you're beating the crap out of this dude.
Yep. And I'll stay put here. Yeah.
Okay. And he
So how? Quick question. The bar counter. How high is that? Is it?
normal bar counter.
So is that technically like half cover?
Yeah. You would get
From
just from
anybody-
standing. Yeah. So just from like standing there, you'd probably get half cover. If you wanted to like duck down, you could get 3/4, or if you went like essentially prone, you get 3/4 to full cover.
Yeah, I'll still be standing there.
Yeah. This one though is gonna try and hit you with the butt of his rifle first. And that is a 22 hit.
Mm-hmm.
Moments. You're going to take Can I math, please? 7 damage from that. And he's gonna try and shoot at you point blank, but you will have disadvantage on that. And that's a 10, so he misses that one.
That's what I was hoping for.
Okay. This one's sleepy, so he's not doing anything. This one, the one that you were in front of, Ron,
Yes.
is going to use their bonus action to disengage from you.
Ah.
Is going to jump over the counter and pull a Falcon,
Oh, trying to show him up.
and is going to try and give you a stab in the back. That is a 21. You take 13 damage.
Okay.
Seems to be more adept in combat when you are engaged with someone else.
Right.
He's gonna try and shoot you. Another 17 for 21.
The not a disadvantage.
This one is not, no. 8. Additional 8 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Belshun, seeing kind of what's going on here, sort of steps out and is gonna take some shots at you, Ron.
Okay.
First one misses with an 11. Second one is a 25.
I'll do it.
You take 6 damage.
Okay.
And the third one's a natural 1.
Nice.
And he just sort of just kind of looks at you and just smirks and then moves this way. Ron.
Ron is gonna run and help Brad out.
Okay.
How tall are these jugs over there? These barrels?
Those are like kegs on top of the bar, so they're probably about the same height as like a normal person is standing. Big kind of barrels.
Ron is gonna just run and just jump on top of that table and just hammer down on this Arcanist over here.
Okay.
Hammer time. 25 to hit.
Gotcha. So you're definitely going to hit her. As she realizes that you're going to hit, she begins to cast a spell to try and keep that from happening, but your hammer makes it through it. So she casts shield, but didn't matter. You still bonked her.
Excellent. I will level 2 smite.
Woo!
Get the big boys in. All right. 11, 12, 19, 24 damage to her.
Okay.
And then she's still up. I'm gonna swing again.
She's still up and she drops her focus and says, please stop, please stop.
Okay, I'll direct my mace to the buddy in front of her then.
Okay.
That's 25.
That hits.
He shall take 11 damage.
Okay. Looking hurt.
And then I'm gonna use my ore to heal Valkan for 10 hit points.
Very nice.
I'm glad I went with level 3 spells.
How many was that?
10 hit points.
10.
And
Nice.
And then Ron's just gonna look at the Arcanist like, get out of here.
And she says, oh, okay. And GTFOs up the stairs, almost gone. Falcon.
Right. Okay. Ugh. These guys are being a pain in the ass. I need to. I'm still gonna continue to focus on the one that I was last time, so I'm gonna throw an attack at him. 17 plus whatever.
17 plus whatever on this one will hit.
Yeah. Damage on that much better. That's 13 damage on that.
13 damage. Are you gonna kill this one or knock him out?
Oh, he's dead.
He's dead. Got it.
He's dead. The sword said so.
All right. And
I'm gonna turn my attention to the guy that so cowardly hit me in the back.
Uh-huh.
Natural 20.
All right.
Baby.
So, double dice, yeah?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
See if I can find my other D10. That damage. Not fantastic, but it works, I guess. That's gonna be the 13.
13, okay.
Low on that.
He drops the pistol and his sword is up. I'm sorry. so sorry.
Falcon just raises his fist and sneers at him and just says, "Leave, or I will kill you."
All right. All
And
right.
then I'm gonna immediately turn my attention over to Valshun and just point from across the room and be like, "I'm coming."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually just going to I'm going to hop over with my movement. If I don't know if this guy's gonna get an opportunity attack or not.
He seems that he's given up. He's dropped his weapons, but it's up to you if you want to jump or not.
Okay, how much movement is that? Measure that up. It's just enough. 50
Okay.
feet, right?
Sure.
Yep. I'm gonna. Oops. I'm gonna use all my movement to get right in front of him.
Okay.
And I think I still have a bonus action.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to use that bonus action for how about I'll do a key point for I'll do patient defense.
Okay. And this one is sleepy. This one is just turns tail. Uses his movement. Uses his bonus action to dash, and then uses his action to dash. He is out of here. Gone. And Valshun, you see he already has a pistol in hand and kind of sees what's going on. People are leaving, giving up, or knocked out, and he sort of twirls the pistol in his hand and just sort of puts it into his another one of the holsters, and says, "It appears we're at a bit of an impasse, it seems. Parley." That's his turn. Ron?
All right, Ron's gonna dash on over.
Mhm.
To get right next to him, and then bonus action heal Valkan for 8.
Okay.
Ooh, thank you.
And then that's it. I'm just waiting on Valkan.
All right. This spellcaster is gonna GTFO. It is Falcon's turn.
You know, you seem like a fairly big shot around here. Maybe you should get better at assessing who you're facing. Now, I don't have to kill you, nor do I actually feel like killing you, despite how annoying you are. But what you can help me with is providing us with actual information.
Okay. Into your turn. And it comes around to the other side of the round. And Valshun is not going to attack, so I'm going to pull us out of initiative for now. You all can change that if you need to, for any reason. But for now, we're going to jump out of initiative because he seems to realize that he did not have the upper hand that he thought he did in this little scuffle. Well, I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. But what is it that you want to know?
Ron, what do we want to know?
Oh, well, we thought we clearly asked that earlier before you decided to not be of assistance, but like we said, we are looking for some missing people, and we can profit from it.
As far as missing people go, I do not know where they're being kept. I know that some envoys did go missing I don't know where to find them. My expertise lie elsewhere in the collective. As I had mentioned, I had other matters to attend to that, well, I'll be late for now, but I don't see that happening.
You're saying you're not in charge here? There are others?
Of course there are. I'm not the leader of the collective. I'm the one just handling the inbound shipments.
I'm assuming this is all weaponry from Ramcrown specifically.
Astute observation. Not Ramcrown specifically. Procured from Ramcrown.
Right.
By not quite above board means.
I'll be honest, I don't Ramcrown, Vantis, none of that actually bothers me. I don't care.
I should.
Procure your weapons and do with them what you want to. However, we were asked to find individuals specifically, and that's gonna make my coin purse bigger, so I want to see it through. I know you said you don't know exactly where they are. Do you have a general idea? Possibly.
Listen, Brad, I told you I don't have anything to do with that. My job is to secure the smuggled firearms from Ramcrown so we can secure weapons to obliterate them outside of our city. From what I understand, the missing people are to buy time. Now, what I said, I'm not in that part of the plan per se. I'm just the one trying to gain the means to destroy the army outside the city.
Yeah, about that. Listen, I'm not sure if you're aware just how big of a force there is out there. Regardless of what weapons you bring against them, I don't think this town stands much of a chance. Just a little insight.
Oh, I think you vastly underestimates our ability to procure things that we need.
I don't doubt your ability to procure. I doubt your manpower.
Yeah, clearly two of yours ran off,
Your little
tail between their legs.
Your little town was put under siege. Actual siege. I don't like your chances. But
Well,
like
how
I
about you
said,
just
none of
let
that means
me-
anything to me. So
Perhaps
What
you
you
just let
will.
me walk out of here and let me get my shipments of weapons, and then I obliterate Vantis, and then we can talk after.
the whole event is
Just the army outside.
look. Before you go getting yourself killed, is there anyone at all we might find that has any idea where we can find these people?
So the way that this thing works, the collective, you only know as much information as you need to do what's required of you.
Then who can we speak to get more information?
Your guess is as good as mine. I've told you what I'm here to do.
So you're no longer of use to us, is what you're saying?
Well, sounds like it.
Can I do an insight check real quick?
Sure.
I don't feel like he's being exactly honest.
I will assist Valkan, so you get advantage.
Insight?
Sure.
I think you assisted me. 19 plus 5.
So you
24.
kind of gather, maybe now that you've spoken with him a little longer, maybe pulling on some of what you know from when you were growing up, how some of these sort of small time agencies back home would work. He's telling the truth. He's only knows what he has to know. And if under these circumstances, if he doesn't tell you under duress, he doesn't know where they are. He knows they were taken as part of the plan, but the information is purposefully segmented.
Okay. Well, this is quite unfortunate. What do you think, Ron?
Well, while Valkan's busy talking, I'm just gonna be like finish off all the heal charges from my aura.
Yeah.
So as Valkan is just communicating, like his wounds are disappearing.
Yeah. So
And
Well, if he is no use, then we should make sure he can't tell anyone what we're doing.
So, kind of the thought enters your mind of Captain Brusk knew that something big was going down and wanted your assistance because his hands were tied.
There's talk about something big going around town. Perhaps you can privy some information to us about what that is.
Something big? You mean us getting a large shipment of smuggled weapons from Ramcrown to kill every single person outside the city that's threatening to take us over? That kind of big?
Yeah, that's pretty
That's
big.
the meeting I'm late to.
Oh, I see. And where is this meeting being held?
The docks.
And whom are you meeting with?
A ship.
And what ship is that
Called-
exactly?
The Maelstrom.
is that anything of note to us?
Not particularly. I'm
Well-
sure they're waiting to unload now. Waiting for me to arrive to inspect.
Perhaps we can accompany you to this meeting as your bodyguard, with a fee, of course.
To what end?
To gain knowledge that we
Told you
seek.
what we want. If this can get us any closer to that, so be it.
So based on what he's saying here, if you went to this meeting, they're waiting on him, being that he's probably the person in charge. They're probably not going to know either. That's going to be a whole other sort of arm of the collective.
My thinking
probably
is he's got to take the weapons. There's going to be somebody that wants to know that he's procured the weapon.
possibly, or he's going to take it and start divvying them out.
True. I don't know. If it's a good idea, let you leave on your own. So I think either way, we're going with you.
Or you cannot go at all.
And
And
I just don't show up. And then what? They come looking for me?
And they may find a dead body. Who knows?
So what is it do you want me to do? Brad seems to not care what happens to the Ventus army outside.
I actually, it's funny you should say that. 'Cause I think, town has a right to defend itself, surprisingly. I just think you're all going to die horribly if you do what you plan on doing. That's all.
So the problem here is that, well, the reason why we're doing this is, well, the town has nothing to do with it. We just don't want Ventus here in our business, if you
Right.
know what I mean.
Of course.
The way that we make our money. Racketeering, exploitation, smuggling. Those sort of
Familiar
things.
with the collective and how they operate.
Yes, and if they were to show up here, then, well, that would be a big problem for us.
Right.
Now,
Well,
Sure.
if you think that we have a right to defend ourselves, so why not help us? Why not help us get this done?
I don't think you can afford it.
You'd be surprised.
Surprise us then.
How much are they paying you?
Ron would like to hear your offer first.
2,500 gold.
And that entails what?
You actively trying to... What's what I'm looking for here? Help pull over a ruse on your employers. Let them know everything's fine. Maybe we'll send some people with you to say they were part of the envoy. Gather information.
Pretty sure
help
they
us
know the
decimate
people
their
that are missing.
forces.
Double it.
To 5,000?
Yes.
And what is it exactly that you'll do for me?
Make sure everything runs smoothly.
Make sure
We might even
everything-
be able to convince Vantis to turn their direction elsewhere.
Oh,
Who knows?
well, I think they're beyond convincing at this point.
Oh, you'd be surprised. Either way,
Well, if it comes to that, then I would assume, since I'm paying you so well, that you just have to take up arms against them to help defend the town and all.
If it comes to that.
You two surprise me. Maybe you are worth a little more than what I thought in the beginning.
Falcon just like makes a point to look around the room at the dead people. Yeah.
Well, as the newest part of my retinue here, I guess we should go to that meeting.
So we shall.
Very well. And he straightens himself up and sort of looks around at the carnage. Goes up the stairway and knocks. Sort of a series of knocks, almost like a rhythm, and then it opens. And as he sort of walks up and sees the half-orc, he goes, "Don't bother trying to help or anything, it's fine, just stand at the door." "But you told me..." "No, that's fine. Clean up downstairs, please." And he walks out, walks through the Fool's Dagger with you all in tow, headed over to the docks. And you guys just following him
Yeah.
over to the docks? Okay. So you all come over to the docks here, and you can see there is sort of a small pier that's very dimly lit, and you can kind of strain your eyes and see that there is a decent sized ship docked there, a little smaller than the one that you rode or that you sailed on with Dalius, but this one looks purpose built to do exactly what it's doing, to smuggle. And you can see some people milling about, and he sort of walks continually along the pier here, getting over into position. You follow him?
Yep.
All right, so you head on over to the docks here with him in tow, and you make your way over to the ship. You see several deckhands on the ship here, just waiting to go and unload. And he goes, "Apologies for being late. I was held up a bit." And you can see someone on the deck of the ship, sort of we're finely dressed. Either the captain or the first mate says, "Well, don't let it happen again. Step aboard." And he goes across and he goes, "Wait here," and jumps over across and then down into the hold of the ship, and leaves you sort of milling about with some other collective riffraff there on the pier.
I'm gonna whisper to Ron. You know I've been talking out of my ass this entire time, right?
Oh wow, Ron thought Valkan had everything planned out, and maybe because of Valkan's history, but Ron has no idea what Ron is doing.
Uh,
Why
Yeah.
are we why are we at this ship?
um, yeah. If you remember right, I was just having a drink in the bar. Then we had to
Oh.
go and chase down a cart. Why did we do that? Actually, I know why we did that. But why did we do that?
Well, bees needed our help, and uh, wow, his Ron does not know
Not
how we got
actually
to
going
him.
to help them fight against bandits.
Of
course not.
Of course not. Should we blow up ship?
Have a way to blow up the ship.
Well, there's plenty of firearms already. Maybe kegs of gunpowder? No?
Should we try to get money first?
Oh yeah. Yes,
Maybe.
it's good.
Don't know how that works. Don't know how any of this works.
Well, we can maybe find out where they are distributing and tell our employers.
So we, we're still trying to find the people, right?
But this one has no idea.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
Ron thinks we should blow up ship.
I think we should blow up ship.
So, after a couple minutes during your conversation, Valshun comes back. He goes, "All right, everything looks to be in order," and sort of goes across the gangplank and then looks at the other sort of members of the collective. He goes, "All right, everyone, start unloading." And he looks over at you two. He goes, "That means you too. If you're going to be making a considerable amount of money from me, you'll be earning your keep."
Oh,
Yeah, and we haven't actually seen the money yet.
You don't think I'm good for it? You saw plenty of gold during the card game, didn't you?
Yeah, but none of that gold has made its way to us.
Well, let's see how you do here. And then after all the job's done, you'll get the remainder.
so we are getting half up front.
Portion up front.
Very well. These
Well,
arms,
Josh-
Portion gonna be?
these arms don't work themselves. And Ron puts his hand out.
Fine. And he just reaches into his bag and hands over probably like maybe 100 gold each.
Seems a bit small.
Well, you really haven't done anything for me yet, have you?
Aside from letting you live.
Now let's not make a scene here. You know I'm
Oh,
good
we
for
could.
it. You've seen it. Do what you're supposed to do, and we'll deal with this
Good.
later.
Oh, very well. Brad, let's just carry some crates.
I think we're confused as to who's in charge here. Fine. Shall we?
Yeah, Ron picks up a crate.
You go down into the hold of the ship. They're still down there. So if you follow the rest of the riffraff, they start grabbing crates, and you make your way down 2 levels down into the hold. You pass by sort of the gun deck with probably 4 or 5 cannons on each side. It's pretty stacked for the small ship that it is. And as you kind of get to the lower hold, you see just crates and crates and crates of weapons. You see cannons, you see gunpowder, you just see heavy weaponry, as well as some of the lighter arms that you've seen them carrying, all stacked up, ready to go. You see one grabs a big barrel of powder and starts to carry it up. There's just a whole shitload of weapons and gunpowder here to be carried. Probably take a little bit to get him up and transfer him.
I whispered Ron again. Oh, there's your gunpowder.
Oh, yeah.
Ron's gonna pick up a barrel of powder
Okay.
and kind of like crack a hole so I can leave a trail of gunpowder as we walk out.
Okay.
And I'll do the same.
You both are going to make sleight of hand checks.
All right. I wish I had insight for this. 13.
Okay.
I rolled a 17.
17. Falcon, you're able to pick this up and sort of carry it with you and kind of leave that trail. As you're carrying this up, Ron, you get up onto the deck and you see one of the collective kind of pass you, goes, "Oh shit, this one's busted." And he goes, "You're selling us busted shit." And then one of the people on board says, "Of course we aren't." And they kind of get into an argument over it. What do you do while this happens?
Question.
Hmm?
Does Sacred Flame ignite things?
Sacred Flame would not. Not in, yeah, because Sacred Flame is just like radiant magical damage. But
All right, I'm holding.
there's plenty of lanterns and stuff around, and you all have torches and flint and tinder, so.
All right.
Well,
Braun is gonna pretend to be clumsy and trip over the barrel and maybe cause the lantern to fall.
Okay, are you doing this on the ship or when you get across to the to sort of the pier on the dock?
Closest to the pier so we can just book it out of there.
Yeah, so the lanterns would be on the pier and kind of where they're stacking them. You can make your way over and try and set it down. And you're trying to just knock a lantern over. Are you trying to make it seem like you didn't mean to, or do you care at this point?
why?
Rod will try to put in the effort.
All right. Do I have any kind of inclination that he's planning on doing this at this moment? Because I think I
mean, you're right. You're right with him carrying the.
Oh,
but I didn't know his exact plan on what he was going to do to set the stuff on fire. So I'm carrying a barrel with me.
You all discussed blowing the ship up, so you kind of have an idea what's going on. You all put holes in your barrels, so you're. You're aware of what's happening here.
Okay, I know,
by
but
surprise.
Okay, we should do it. It's now's the time.
No.
Yeah. Just knock me into a lantern
first, so I don't get blown up.
Knock me into a lantern. By accident.
Well, I'm gonna set the barrel down and be like, pat Ron on the back. I think it's plenty of work to get paid, right? And then I'm gonna give him an accidental shove towards the lantern. Be like, good job, buddy.
Ron's gonna roll a performance.
Sure.
I'm like, whoa. Okay, 21.
Oh yeah. So you do your performance. Oh, whoops. And what does it look like when you're knocking this lantern onto your trail of gunpowder?
It's I'm just flailing my arms and just like, oh no! And as I fall over a barrel to gain clearance of the gunpowder and knock the lantern down.
Sure. Yeah, you definitely knock the lantern down and sort of pushes it or hits it into the air, and it breaks right on top of your trail of gunpowder that you left, which does go both ways. It catches fire, your trail starts leading towards the ship, and also leads towards the couple of barrels and equipment people have put down. And
Oh,
you can see
shit.
this happening.
I know, I
and you
grab-
see Valshun look up and go, "Oh shit!" And he
I grab Ron and try to drag him up, and we're heading towards the railing of the ship to jump off.
you're off the ship. It's going
we're
back.
off the
so
ship now?
Oh,
you're like
okay.
right on the pier, so it's going both directions.
We are
Oh,
we are
okay.
we're sprinting, and
Ron!
So as you run, you see Valshun sort of jump off the dock and into the water. A couple people are looking around, and you hear yelling. You see sort of the trail going along the deck of the ship, down the stairs, and you see people like, "Hey, what are you doing?" and like grabbing buckets. You see a couple people flying, like jumping off of the ship, yelling, "Abandoned ship!" And just about when you take off, and you're trying to get into the water or get away.
we're getting covered behind a warehouse building, anything.
Okay, so as you're trying to run, and you just almost hear just a calm before the storm, before you just hear this, and this ship goes into just an explosion with almost like a fireball raising into the night, lighting up the entire docks of what you're seeing. And as you're trying to gain cover, the blast pushes you forward as it's exploding behind all of you. The shockwave just carrying you and then knocking you into some other crates in the dock and toppling you over. There is just people yelling, people coming out to see what's going on, and this fire is just absolutely raging on this smuggling ship.
Are you all right, Ron?
Oh,
Are you okay?
oh. Yeah, Ron's fine. Oh, Ron
We
did
should
not
probably.
expect it to be that big.
Oh, God, it's hot. I don't think I have any hairs on my arms anymore.
Ron Beard still here?
Is this beard fine?
You were facing away. Your back's a little warm.
Okay, I think you're fine.
Perhaps we should lay low.
Now we should probably get out of here.
Yeah. Maybe. Okay. Let's go back to the tavern.
So
Okay.
as you make your way off into the darkness to sort of escape the scene of this carnage that you have created, foiling their plans of getting any sort of weaponry to help them, as this ship turns into a ball of fire, as you're running, Valshun sort of raises his head out of the water and assesses the damage and just starts looking for you as you disappear into the darkness. As you all run back through the streets of Last Chance to make it back to the tavern. That will end our bonus episode for the evening. I hope you
Nice.
all enjoyed your time here during this little special episode. We will be continuing again on Friday, and we'll jump in for a second and let these two wonderful people talk about their stream for just a little bit. And we're gonna start with your good buddy Virtual Spectre.
Yes. Hi, I'm Virtual Spectre, content creator here on Twitch. And first off, thank you to everyone who donated for the charity last time to make this little one-shot thing a possibility. You guys were super generous, and I'm sure your money's gonna go a long way to helping people. So much appreciated. Things going on with me. Been playing Elden Ring a lot lately. So if you like Elden Ring and stuff like that, Final Fantasy 14, that happens all on my channel. You can see the links there. Feel free to join anytime, and we'll see you all on very soon on Friday.
All right, and up next, Moves Like Jagger from the GG and crew. Let them know what's
Hello.
going on.
Hello, friends. How you doing? Moobs here on the GGN crew, one of 4 dudes who run the channel together. I play on Tuesdays, or stream on Tuesdays, I should say, rather. Some triangle strategy, and after that, I think I might jump into Witcher 2, because I've never played it, and then lead into Witcher 3, who knows? But if you want to join us tomorrow, Chinner's going to be playing some Vice City. It's been a lot of fun, and then yeah, back here on Friday.
All right, and thank you all. I'm Max. This is my channel, and we do D&D. Make sure to vote for the MVP for this bonus session. You can either vote for Brad or for Braun for your MVPs here, and whoever wins will get an inspiration. So once again, I know that Via said it, but thank you very much for the generosity during our charity stream, which kind of helped unlock this as one of our goals and made it possible. I hope it was worth it. I hope that we did it justice, because you gave us your hard-earned money to unlock something like this. So like I said, we'll be back on Friday for the normal episode, and we will see where things go from there. And with that being said, just thank you all so much. Appreciate all of you watching, supporting the show, and we'll see you next time. Wash your hands, wear a mask, get vaccinated, pet cute animals, don't do drugs, do donuts, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And Brad, please take your inspiration for the evening.
Thank you.
All right.
We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Later.
Bye.